The plan is for a museum of sovereignty that will appeal for exhibits in the coming months and seek funding from senior leave donors. BBC Radio 4's World Tonight took to Lincoln, where Britons in the county appeared to be some of the most Eurosceptic following the Brexit referendum, to ask residents their thoughts on whether a Brexit museum should be placed in the city. One resident said, "Why not? I mean, I suppose Lincoln is a slight city of culture, I would think, but yes, I should think it would probably be a reasonable idea. I probably would visit it." Another said, "Whatever it is, bring it on. Just try it, let us see what happens." Getty Brexit News. Brexiteers have called for a ID like the museum to make room for the Vote Leave bus. Suzanne Evans, a Brexiteer Lincoln resident, said a Brexit museum is an excellent idea. He said, "We come on a day out with my daughter and grandson. It's an excellent idea. I voted to leave and Lincoln is central, it's a historic city, you have got the university, a good place to have it." But the question did receive a mixed response. One resident said, "For me, personally, no. I don't want to hear about it ever again. I won't be visiting, no." A location of the museum is yet to be established, but organizers insist the project is mainly about gathering Brexit memorabilia to mark the moment in British history. The Museum of Sovereignty is the creation of a number of Brexiteer campaigners. Senior leavers have suggested that the museum could house a veritable treasure trove of anti-EU artifacts, papers and books that date back to Britain's entry to the European Economic Community in 1973. Vote Leave campaigner and founder of Women for Britain Suzanne Evans welcomed the idea and said it should be made big enough to include the iconic red Brexit bus. Ms. Evans said, "We wore suffragette-style sachets in Speaker's Corner or elsewhere and explained why women would benefit from Brexit. I'd like to see one of those sachets in the Brexit Museum to remind people that women fought hard to get the vote, how the EU undermined that by stripping it of its power, and how Brexit makes voting meaningful again by restoring democracy to our Westminster Parliament. Oh, and of course, I'd like the museum to make room for the Vote Leave bus." Eurosceptic activist and historian, Lee Rotherham, also hopes to get the famous big, red bus from the campaign into the museum too. Said, "It was a hired bus, I thought about that. What we'd have to do is drop a line to the company about when they were looking at selling it. But then, of course, it would go for a premium, so I'm not sure that would be value for money." James McGrory, who runs the anti-Brexit Open Britain Pressure Group, mocked talk of a Brexit museum. He said, "It is a shame that this initiative did not come earlier, because some things have been lost forever to future generations, like Boris Johnson's moral compass. If all else fails, they could just store Nigel Farage in there. He is a relic from a bygone era, after all."